members are here. Bobby's here, Bailey's here, Haley, I'm guessing could not make it this evening. Give Robin a couple minutes to look at the minutes from last month. Will one of you guys down there make a motion to approve the minutes, or I guess amend them if we need to? Carl first. Robin, have you read the minutes yet?
Yeah, I'll second.
Second, all in favor? Or Bobby, or I guess programming's gonna go first.
Yep, just a little update on 4th of July stuff from a couple weeks ago. Nothing's changed with the tournament schedule or anything like that, or the music. I do have all of the agreements sent out. Actually, I'm still waiting to send out Lil and Statics. I think I'm waiting on something from them. So like that's all set. I did have a few food trucks, unfortunately, pull out on me this week. So I don't know if it was a circumstance where they forgot they said yes to me, but when I reached out to follow up with the actual numbers and stuff on vendor fees and the agreements, 3 of them told me they were not coming anymore. So that's the 3 at the bottom in red. So we still have 8 without those 3.
Which 3 were not coming?
Michael Eddie's Street Cuisine, Chubby's Wood Fired Pizza, and Angie's Funnel Cakes. So, Aunt Angie's, I know her, she basically emailed, I don't know her, but she emailed me and said she got a spot at Regatta and we're waiting on it. And so she chose that instead of ours. The other 2, I'm not sure.
That's Mike and Kristen now.
Yeah. So there's that, update on that. Sugar Strands, I've sent the agreement with her, or to her, with the, number we all agreed on last time. So that's set. The Carnival tournament is all set. I did go ahead and place the order for the porta potties. So, we'll have that invoice coming in at some point. And then I just listed kind of all the expenses for 4th of July as of now. And that's just for the festivity type stuff, so you guys can see the total numbers there. So, any questions or anything regarding that? Okay. Second page has I don't know if you guys saw on Facebook, we put a kickball league survey out to gauge interest on it. We only had 39 people respond to it, and out of 39, 36 said yes, they would play. If you flip to the next 2 pages, it shows kind of the breakdown of questions I asked and the results from each of those questions. I was just thinking, I'm not sure if basically 40 people is enough to go ahead and offer it or not.
People are terrible at responding to surveys, so I don't.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I hit delete about every time.
Yeah. So it's something we trial for this year, see how it goes type thing, or we just don't do it at all. But if we do decide to trial it out for August, I've got to get a sign up and stuff out.
So what did you guys decide? Did you guys have any internal discussion about a league in August versus October?
The baseball, softball. We did kind of talk about that, and we just don't feel that it is going to work in August. And we're going to offer something after summer, it needs to be a true fall league. The only issue is the overlap it would have with soccer.
It will overlap soccer. I mean, we could try to do it like we've done in the past and it just not be a great.
Now, I'm cool with getting rid of that.
Or we move it back and hit the 3rd week of September and finish the week before Halloween. And to me, that's your fall league. That's the timing of fall leagues, that's the timing of, you allow people to get settled in back to school, you allow all that stuff to happen, and then that's just the timing of where I think, again, it'll be new, like that timing of baseball, softball, but that's your fall window to run a league. That's all the other leagues that run fall stuff, that's the window they run it in. Some of them even go in the first week of November. I don't think that's the answer, but I think that third week of September till the week before Halloween is your window to run that league if we decide to pursue that. If we decide to pursue that, I think we gotta decide like to start getting over that.
I think that time of year, I think makes more sense, because you get people that go through the 4th of July tournament when it's 100 degrees, they don't want to start back up in August when it's still 100 degrees.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're asking them to sign up while they're still
playing, yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
so.
I think the good idea, just fall break week in the sense of like, be like a dead week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll kill it.
So you have to add an extra week at the beginning and the end.
You're right. That's kind of why that third week of September instead of the last week of September. So I think that's, if we want to move forward with that league.
So you.
I think even, to be fair, I think even if we run a kickball league, that's your window for whatever you're gonna do.
100%.
So,
Yeah,
you decide kickball, we decide.
I think it's up to you guys to decide. I think we run something at that time, whether it's right after soccer, before winter, halfway through soccer, before winter.
If you don't run baseball or softball, you're probably gonna get a lot more people signing up for kickball.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So that's why it's gotta be one or the other, we feel like,
If
I don't think it doesn't make sense to do both.
I think if you're gonna run the baseball, softball, I think you need to do the signups, like, while the league's going on now, and put it out there so to get a feel right at that point. Then that way you'll have an idea of how many people possibly would play in the fall at the time that you're talking.
Right, so that's what I'm saying, if we're gonna run this, it's gotta be decided very soon, because that
Well, I think we need to
registration
decide
would
tonight
open.
if we're gonna do it. With the board meeting here.
I'm good with that, man.
And I don't care if you run baseball, softball, or you run kickball.
It doesn't matter to me either, but we gotta choose either or tonight.
Just one.
The kickball in between is not, I mean, other than the heat, it's not a bad idea.
The kickball's not a bad idea either, if you.
You saying run it in August?
Yeah, you can run one in August. I mean,
Just to make it use to generate some type of revenue during that period of time.
Right.
Because you don't wanna have no revenue at all.
Right.
Then you got people talking again, well, here we go, park shut down again.
Yeah.
And we don't wanna hear that.
But it's something else that's open to everybody, you know?
I agree with that,
I think you run it, and you could open it to adults and kids and play them at the same night, and
Yeah,
you may only have 3 or 4 teams of each one, but
But at least something's going on.
let it run for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever, depending on how many teams you get. Yeah, run for 4 weeks. Let them have
play
some
1 night
fun.
a week or 2 nights a week, depending
Yeah.
on how many teams you get.
Yeah,
It says on here, please do not play 5:15 like Seymour does. So Seymour has a kickball league, I assume?
They do, and
What's 5:15?
I think it's the 8th range, it's
Oh,
like
okay.
youth kickball 5 to 15.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
5-year-olds against 15-year-olds is pretty big difference.
Yes.
I don't know how they sort the kids out, but we would not do it that way.
Can you open it up to anybody that wants to play?
I think you would do like a 17 or older, or 18 and older, and
No,
then
I'm talking about
like,
anybody surrounding, if anybody else outside was playing.
Yeah.
play.
you're not gonna turn them
I
down.
say that's how all of our programs go.
Okay.
Anybody can sign. We
Well, I
got,
feel the same way Josh says, I think we should run kickball on 1st of August and then run our softball, baseball, like
Fall
he said. Fall
A
league.
true fall.
And run them both.
Okay.
We need to
and I think
run
even if
that.
you're running deep into October, November, I mean, you know better than anybody, people are playing ball year round anymore.
and, I mean, obviously, well, we run into it every year where kids, my daughter was one that she, the first league she played out here, and all of a sudden she wasn't playing, but her cousin was, and some of her friends were, and she's like, I quit, you know, they just, they want to, a lot of them want to play more, And so like giving them another opportunity to play in the fall, it's not right when school goes back, because that's tough on parents. That August one, it's just tough.
There's a lot going on, so.
So now.
And I just say we offer a t-shirt for, well,
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Yeah.
that's all
Yeah.
uniform, it's the t-shirt.
Yes.
I just do MVP or,
Soccer, kickball league or something,
Minimal fee. I would.
I just cover your t-shirt
and some kickballs maybe.
and some
Well,
kickballs.
Yeah. I would consider being the first year for kickball, you offer it for free.
I think you cover your t-shirt. What is it, $10?
Probably.
It's something that's activity on those diamonds.
I mean, I think even if we charge a minimal number of 15, I think people will still sign up.
Yeah, I think 15's a fair price.
And that's what we do.
I mean, what's a
for
kickball
always.
cost, $10 or $15? I don't know, you're gonna buy 10 kickballs.
Yeah, you're gonna have to buy a few kickballs.
And I wouldn't umpire them unless you decide you're gonna do like.
Well, you got someone
at the
that's
end,
won the umpire.
And then
yes.
maybe
Yeah,
umpire the
He's
tournament.
got his number on that too.
Self-officiated.
Yeah.
12 pack for.
And you got some coaching, people willing to coach too, it looks like.
Yeah, we talked about that, we definitely need a staff member there, just to supervise and just, make sure nothing crazy happens.
So start kickball August 10th.
The week after the first week of school, second week of school.
Well, they go back on that, what we did, was that?
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. And so that'd be the week after that.
And then run it for
4 weeks.
4 weeks until soccer,
So it ends the week of August 31st.
before soccer's done.
And then that next week will be fall break, right?
Yeah, fall breaks are October, first week of October.
And then you start up baseball, softball the week after.
Oh, baseball, softball. Would
Start-
start
oh, no.
September 21st.
Yeah.
So
Do you
while
have
you're,
a grant, like, are we gonna do a 6-week league for that? Cause last year, the late summer league was just 4 weeks. Are we
what
gonna-
if you started after soccer?
It's 4 tournament.
Oh, a tournament as well.
So
What if
it's
you
done
start-
the week before Halloween, yeah.
What if you started, so soccer's over when?
This last
The
week of
second?
September.
And
Yeah.
you do the dead week the next week? What if you go the 12th, 19th, 26th, second?
70 on Halloween, sometimes it's snowing.
Yeah.
You never know, I mean, it's,
Getting late, somebody
but you know
gets
what?
hurt.
But you know what, there's kids playing.
I mean, there's kids, you go out here in March and that's playing.
Yeah, that's the one, that's going into November. As I said, there's some leagues that go into that.
That's, I would not overlap them and let kids play both.
And there'll be,
There'll be kids who will play both.
will there be a big Halloween tournament at the park?
There is, but it's like 23rd, 24th, it's like the week before. It's not on Halloween. It's almost at, what is it, Halloween. Hit that,
Yeah.
Halloween,
Ash or something, the Halloween's a monster of the Hampshire.
yeah.
Okay, so kickball, August 10th through the 31st or
The week of the 31st,
yeah, that's 4 weeks. Soccer is September 7th through October 1st. And then fall, October 12th through
Week is it?
November 2nd.
And you may play a tournament the next week or just play.
What's the cost of that? Are they
Same as, I just did all the
I did the
same
same.
in the spring.
Well,
No, because you don't get a shirt.
Well, it wouldn't be the same as the
Wouldn't be the
spring.
same, you wouldn't want to do that, because they don't get a full uniform, they just get a shirt. Just a shirt? Yeah. That's what we did last year.
Same prices last.
They have a shirt and a hat for sure. I
Yeah,
think we-
that and the.
Yeah, because they were black, the black and
Yeah,
the
we
other
didn't
side.
do that last year. So sure.
Yes, you see.
I just matched what you did last year for the call league.
But I know that fall of last year we didn't charge as much as we did this spring.
for all of them, T-Bowl's 30, I think. So 4 weeks plus a 5th week of a tournament? Is that what we're doing? So like the weekend November 9th?
But a single elimination on the tournament.
What?
I do a single on the, I do a single.
Depends on how many teams you
Yeah,
got.
well, yeah,
You get,
we don't.
you don't have to decide that.
We would
You don't
just
have to
to
decide
see-
that today, you
Right.
decide that once the teams are decided, and then, yeah.
Okay. Alright, so I guess that's decided then. So I'm basically gonna try to get that registration fee fall out by tomorrow. So, and then I'll work on the other stuff. Again, just a quick golf league update, we had a lot of people calling, want to register still after last time we all met. So we have 53 registered, and we had a handful of them show up on Monday who had not registered yet. So we've got about 56 kids who are going to be registered. We had 44 attend on Monday.
That's pretty incredible for the first year.
It was really,
They do a good job.
yeah.
I didn't say for the whole thing, but.
The kids seem to be having fun.
Who's doing it, Bryce and Joe?
Bryce and Joe. And then Leanne and I are helping.
Awesome.
So that went well. And then fall soccer, I just noted, well, my plan is to open registrations for that June 29th. So, and then I guess shortly after that, we will, or maybe around the same time, open registration for fall baseball and softball as well. So. I think that's all I've got for mine, unless you guys have any questions or anything.
I think one thing I did want to say was something about the smart swim classes. I
Uh-huh,
think we talked about it last time a little bit, like we got 28 on the wait list.
yeah.
So
There's
Just some-
definitely a need, like
some
a
ideas
demand
or
for
something.
more classes.
come up with some idea or something,
Yeah, it will fill up, it will fill up no matter what.
Yeah.
You put 100, I guarantee you 100 kids in that for.
We would just have to work that out with our pool staff and figure out how to work that out.
I know we talked about it a little last time, but
That's like the number one thing that people, like, we can't get signed up, it fills up, that means. And it's a good complaint.
Yeah.
It's definitely a complaint that people can't get signed up for what they want the kids to do.
if we can show we're working on stuff,
Right.
make more people happy, we can get some in.
Are you wanting to like,
Yeah, I don't
have a
know.
vehicle for this year?
I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get it in this year, right, or.
Yeah,
I mean, but
it'd be tough, I think.
definitely.
We got the structure to do it. If we decided that there was another week that we want to try to offer it, then we have the structure to literally be the exact same thing. And the only thing is making sure we have lifeguards. That do it.
I'm not against this year, but definitely next year we can come up
We
with
need
a
to
plan.
do salaries.
Correct.
That would be more so a concern. Cause we funded this one through the grant, so,
Yeah, the next one we have to fund ourselves.
yeah.
And we have avenue funding though,
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
it's possible that we're able to fund it not through our full staff budget. Yeah.
So what is the class technically like right now, the one that's going on this one year?
Like, what does it consist of? It's basically just like pool safety, pool like drills. It's not like true swimming lessons, like where they're like doing strokes and stuff. They're just like learning how to float on their backs and like holding on to a little kickboard thing and doing kicks and stuff and trying to,
Very basic.
yeah, very, very basic.
Where did that grant funding come from for that?
The Purdue.
The Healthy Youth Grant that ends this month.
And is that like 2 days a week?
It's just this week, right
So it's
now.
5 days,
5 days in a row for an hour and a half each day. And that's it.
so 7.5 hours of pool time before the pool opens, I assume?
Yes.
It is.
programs we've offered for free the past year and a half. That's how we'll get funding for next year. I've been talking about them, so.
Alright, moving on to park items.
The first one I just put there, so we put the signage out for the quadplex. Those are out there, so it has the list of things that we discussed and put on there. It brought up when we put signs over there, people brought up wanting to put signage over by the dirt fields as well. And one of the big things is obviously people have taken their dogs on there, their kids that play on this field, and they've created messes and things like that. So I was gonna give you guys a heads up, I'm probably gonna get one of those signs and put over there as well. So a little bit more than what we originally talked about. So just kind of a heads up there. The next thing is, now I'm working on, windscreens are gonna be renewed after this year. So I'm working on those sponsors. I talked to one that, not through like anything negative, but like is okay to not renew to create space for another business that wants to do it. There is a business that wants to structure it in the sense of 10% of their sales every weekend there's a tournament. So kind of talking that through without sharing too many details is just probably to get your guys' blessing just to pursue that. I think it's gonna exceed the amount that we're asking for the 2 years. I don't think it's gonna be close. I think it's gonna exceed it by a lot. But I can share those details. It's a local restaurant. So they're adamant that they want on the windscreen. And so they're willing to give, they said they would rather do 10% of sales the weekend so that we have tournaments. But 22 scheduled weekends, if you figure even just 15 of them play, my guess is they're probably, I'm not gonna guess what they make, but their restaurants full Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, all day long. We have tournaments. So
Of the current three, or the current four, three, do the other three want to come back?
I believe all of them would.
But you said there's one
Well,
well.
one is okay to create space for another opportunity. I actually have multiple other businesses that want to fill if there's a space available. So I'll be working on that through, kind of early right now, but to talk to them about making sure that they're going to renew next year.
It'll be,
So,
is it through this year?
through this year, and then renew, we will send stuff out agreements after January 1.
So if we know there's multiple people willing to come in, does that mean we're too cheap?
That's a good question.
The supply and demand, right? If your demand's there,
That's the question, and we could,
Or
my
can you,
answer would be my opinion, right? So, I don't know that that's necessarily it. I think that we have a lot of people, I guess, maybe it is, but like, I do think there's a lot of people, even when we first started and they saw the windscreens going up, that wanted to be on there and didn't get the opportunity, so.
could you, they're pretty much in center field only, right? Could you sell the right field and left field?
We could.
Maybe a little smaller, a little less money?
Remember when we were kids and you just had signs lining the fence?
We got those on the.
Those are-
Yeah, so I mean,
So,
yeah.
I think that completely changes the structure of.
I don't know, maybe we need to really brainstorm. There's that many people interested, like, you don't wanna leave money on the table.
How many is several?
7,
Like more than 10?
7 what?
What business is interested?
I would not say more than 10. I wouldn't use the term several either. I think there's 3 outside of the current 4 already that.
What was the price point?
It's
Is our
$5,000
for 2 years.
For 2 years.
but we get back, you gotta think like the ones that are currently there, we won't have to buy new.
Correct.
When's,
Right.
that's where you, it's 5,000 a year, was it, or was it
5,000 for 2 years, 25.
But we had to purchase the
But we had to
windscreen.
purchase the windscreen.
So you're better off to keep the people in them for
Yeah,
more time.
Yeah,
How much is a windscreen? I mean, do you remember by
They were 20,000 bucks.
They came up 18,700 some for all.
So, but you gotta divide that by 4, so we're.
Yeah, I'm just saying total.
Okay.
And that's what they worked out to be. They were just under the 20.
So pretty much you broke even on your first term.
Correct.
So you really need to renew your second term.
But if you got a business that's willing to come in for more money, you know.
Well, I think Bobby made a point to me that the sponsors that's on there now, that if you do get another sponsor, basically all you're doing is covering
It's
the
just the
middle.
middle section.
You're covering the middle.
Yeah, you're not buying the whole.
Yeah, you're not buying the whole windscreen, you're only buying the center part.
Correct.
It's about 112 feet for each
Yeah.
one has a logo on.
So you're,
So you're
like someone makes
It's
a money.
not, that's not one piece, all,
No, they're sections.
so it wouldn't be.
So you definitely would spend $18,000.
I think it would be, I'm gonna just pump it right a little bit. I think the right thing to do is definitely to offer the first, it's like first right of refusal.
Yes.
oh, absolutely, yes.
So I don't wanna get too much into who might or might not do it. Like these people were the first initial ones to
100%.
get it,
Mhm.
so I don't wanna get too far ahead of thinking, something and then,
If they wanna come back, I think let them come back.
We hope they come back.
But,
Yeah,
I brought this up just because I know one of them is willing to give the opportunity to another business that they know, and specifically the restaurant. wants to
But can
do
we get
something.
creative for the restaurant?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Let's keep all four and get creative somewhere for the restaurant.
I think the creative, I think it's kind of creative coming up with that 10%.
No, I'm saying a different sponsorship inside the club.
Of a different one?
Outfit. I'm not saying necessarily you get a field or maybe you get, I don't know, let's think about it. We talked about the windscreens at the backstop, or the blocks. Could you do all of us? I mean, that's what I'm saying, let's not, I'd like to keep all four on the windscreens and at least get
Because then you don't have the cost of buying new windscreens.
100%. So if you can do 4 backstop screens for them,
Off a 5 by 12 foot dugout.
so I'm saying you could then get other businesses, and maybe it's not as expensive. Or it is, I don't know. You tell me.
If you offer this business like one dugout on all 4 fields, and then sell the other dugout on all 4 fields to 4 other businesses, you know what I mean? If they're willing to get 10%, could be a pretty good chunk.
Could be a large chunk.
That could be a very large chunk.
Say, we'll give you 1 dugout on each field,
Or the behind the home plate on each
Yeah.
field or whatever.
and then you get you 4 other dugouts to try to sell to other businesses. Or if the business that wants to step back, maybe they take a dugout and we let the restaurant take the outfit, you know what I mean? Like, if they don't wanna go to the
So
full,
that's,
They don't wanna go the full 10,000.
That's the direction that we're moving.
like, maybe they wanna go 5,000 instead of 10, we can move you to the dugout, we'll put the restaurant.
I thought it was 5,000 for 2 years.
Oh, okay, it's 5,000 for 2 years, okay.
It's 2,500,
Okay, sorry.
right? Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying.
But is the contract, January 1 or
December.
Contracts in after the season's
Till
over.
2026.
Then I think we probably need to have it finalized, contract signed by the end of the year.
Cause you'll take them down in November, December, right? Maybe not
That was
that.
my opinion.
They'll
We
come
should
down
have a new
as
contract
soon as
signed before the first of the year.
Halloween,
Yeah.
when it's over the.
So the first week in November, they should be coming down.
I agree.
Yeah,
I'm ready to
weather is
sign. I don't wanna wait till January to start all this stuff.
No, because you're gonna start tournaments in March and you wanna have plenty of time if you're putting new windscreens.
Yeah.
You wanna have plenty of lead time and you wanna have them locked in.
I will have to order them in January.
What's the
have
lead?
them up.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So I'm saying, so
Those.
therefore we need to have the contract finalized in December.
Right.
Early.
We'll have to place that order in January and have them in by the first time.
But I like the idea of,
From the last.
if you wanna give us 10% of your revenue each tournament weekend, and you want all 4 dugouts on one side, then you can sell the other 4 dugouts at a different rate to you said, even the backstop. Anywhere you can put a windscreen, put a name. If you've got more people that wanna come on board, you give them more opportunities.
That's what I'm saying, we get creative with those other three. And maybe once somebody sees that, then somebody gets, maybe if you don't have one, you don't leave it blank, you just, or you don't, not put a windscreen, you just put a blank windscreen.
To show people, hey, you could be.
You could be,
Your name here.
or whatever, so. Yeah. Alright, splash pad hours.
Get your guys' thoughts, I'm beating around the idea of opening it in the morning right now. We always have done that, where we did that after the, thing was open, but opening at like 9 to 11:30. That way it's open, because it's been warm in the mornings where people would use it. But open at 9 to 11:30 to allow more free use to the public.
It doesn't cost us anything, does it?
No.
Yeah,
Like, that's what, like, because it would be something where when the pool's out, I go out there, open and lock this gate just so they can go in there and I can just get set open. And then when our pool manager gets there, they'll just obviously go. I'll have to have a sign made that says like splash pad hour 9 to 11:30, so they know they're going to be they got to get kicked out at some point so we can open the rest of the pool.
So this splash pad's free till the pool opens,
Till 11:30,
And
just
then
half an hour before the pool
then
opens.
it's free after the pool closes?
Yes.
On nights that extra
Well,
swim is not running.
Yeah,
Or-
so it's only specific nights, so this would be a thing where it's open every morning.
Okay, so it's more hours to the public for free?
Correct.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost us anything yet, so,
Are your concessions open during that time?
no. No.
there won't be enough traffic to do that.
Probably not.
I was gonna say, I don't know. It's also kind of a
It's
distance,
way
That's kind of horrible.
Yeah.
but I get what you're saying.
But they'll be hungry, want concessions to be open.
We could start that the next week after the classes.
Yeah, so that's what it would be something, if you guys are okay with it,
Yeah.
I'll start it right away,
I'm fine.
so. Okay. I talked to Carl about the next one, just getting signage on the back of fields for like the actual field, like T, A, B, C. I mean, I was there this past weekend, and people going up, I saw it happen, going up to the concession stand asking, hey, where's field
Where's
T
T
one?
field, right? Where's C field now? Where's
So,
Yeah.
even though there's big signs on the school, but getting them for that backstop, like right on the back backstop, so, you'll plan on doing that. There's some, so that, the next thing is, there's some pickleball court items that are just things that are extra, that we've kind of been approached by, a few individuals about putting things like wind socks up and basically tell you like how much the wind's blowing and that sort of thing, so,
I don't know where this came from.
so it's not that like I've seen like pictures of them, and there are a lot of courts now. So,
I thought the windscreen was supposed to stop all the wind.
well, this just shows them how much the,
If you put the windscreen up to block the wind.
Whatever happened to just
About
light a cigarette.
throw grass in.
Yeah. Like you're on the pool.
Tiger Woods caddy.
I'm looking into that, and I can get you, they're like $27 a piece.
Do you have to set posts?
You put like, no, you actually
You
just
attach it
put
to
them
the-
right on top of the fence.
Like on the four corners or something?
Yeah, well, yeah, or you just do one side. I've seen them both ways. Some of them have all four corners, some just put it where the entrance is. So, I don't know what your thoughts are about that, but, the pickleball courts, like the surface, the repainting, so it looks great.
It's popular, I mean,
We
right?
raised the fences in the middle so that they don't leave the marks in that they're so, they get used all the time, so it's one of those things that,
It's a small cost.
Yeah, I just, if they
I
really want.
I think it adds a little more character to them, so that's. Okay. I have a meeting, the next thing is I have a meeting tomorrow morning, and it's about kind of branding and logo. So the idea, and you guys can feel free to share this if you think it's silly, whatever, but I want to come up with a singular kind of crest or brand for our park system, because obviously we have multiple properties and multiple parks, and then an individual brand for like the quarry, for Tripton, for the city park, and then one for the mini park. And so ideally this would lead into like this signage and stuff that we're talking about, like it would lead into each sign that's on the property have that brand on it with whatever word we want to have a sign. So kind of make it look uniform, but I did like give each park property clearly its own identity with its own. They're gonna have its own colors. It's gonna have its own. You know what I mean? Because like colors for Tripton Park are different than the city park. The quarry park way different than both of those. So now it does come at a cost, right? And then so there are levels to that. I think I shared those costs with you, but the middle cost was, I want to say it was $5,900 to, and this would include, I want to say it included 7 to 10 signs, all the branding designs, logos, where we would work through basically things would get sent to us. All of us in this room would approve colors, the brand, whatever that logo looks like, and then once all that gets put out, they also do the signage stuff, which we wouldn't necessarily have to use them for it, right? Because we have Chris here in town and whatnot. But to get that, I don't know, to give it all identity and give it like each park its own identity and kind of unity and.
I think it would also
one
raise
crest.
the level of like professionalism as well.
Is this, what's the name of this? Is this the company?
It's Green Sign Company.
Green Sign Company?
Yeah, it's called Green Sign. So I don't know what
You
you're
said
talking
you
about.
said something out, because I don't think I got it.
So it's been a few meetings ago. I brought the estimates just for the levels of for that design logo. I can email that to you.
I got that, I got all that paperwork, you emailed, but I got that paperwork out.
I can email that back to you because I remember when I brought it up, I was like, I just remember talking to you guys about something I'm looking into. Don't know any details about it. I've had another meeting about it, and the one tomorrow is to try to nail down to where they will actually start putting kind of like
Building
samples together, just to start.
What bucket are you dumping this in, funds wise?
Fund wise for that, it would be underground improvement.
So,
Did that happen this year?
So most of the work and stuff would not happen this year, but I would say that the actual locking down the designs and the logos of those crests.
They're gonna start building.
They will build that part of it this year, yeah, but actually installing the signs and doing that stuff would probably happen beginning of next year. So I don't know what your thoughts are, and I can share more information after tomorrow. And
We can see a breakdown of how that's,
yeah, exactly what it looks like and what
what
we're
we
doing.
would incur this year versus next year.
Correct, yeah.
so my question is the quarry park and the camping one?
Yeah, it's all one.
Like, so the camping is gonna be called like quarry park camping, or?
Well, the whole place is just called Quarry Adventure Park, right? And so, but like, there's obviously the overlook, the trails, the playground, the campground, it's all one property in one park. It's its own park in itself.
Do you have any update on the Quarry Park of when they're thinking camping will open?
So it probably will, like, again, not exactly and not official, but I get the feeling that it's not gonna get open until like next camp season. By the time it's done, it won't, probably won't open for 2 weeks for people to.
For one, we need to talk about, because budget's gonna be coming up.
Right.
We need to talk about how we're gonna man that, and next, who's gonna, like, we're gonna have to get some, so we're gonna hire people, and we're gonna make sure it's in the budget to cover.
So some of that's in the works of it being like unnamed. It's a app
I
check-in
was told, yeah,
system.
it'd be like a
Hey,
kiosk.
yeah, so
They're
there's
still gonna have people run their
we'll have people making their rounds and doing that sort of stuff. I do still think we'll have to have someone on call for that place, because you have people staying the night there, you have electric, water, you have all kinds of things that could go wrong. You, have people that are gonna use the bathrooms at all hours of the night. Probably just a patrol roll through to make sure people aren't being crazy at, 2 a.m. So, yeah, there will be, but I don't think it's gonna be like someone has to be there 24/7. Unless you think otherwise, and then obviously we build that in.
How does the county park do it, do you know?
There's
Just open.
no one there.
I don't know.
They roll through like once.
They have some, I will say they have some issues that we want to avoid though. So.
Yeah.
But they roll through like once
They did.
once a night or something?
They did, yeah.
I know I go through there a lot on the weekends, and there's usually someone working on, blowing shelter houses off and probably checking the campground.
Yeah, they do. There will definitely have to be. I know we've talked about potentially having, a site there that is kind of a resident camper type. So yeah, and that
Because you're gonna sell firewood, you're gonna wanna sell.
So when we get into that, that's definitely another level of making sure that someone's there too all the time, because that's not gonna be something I find firewood on that. So, or at a kiosk.
Unless you trust.
Is that part of the plan for their items that?
I mean, I would assume
Yeah,
most
so
campgrounds go,
we
unless
talk-
you're gonna shut down no fire.
We've talked firewood for sure. That's something that I would expect to have.
With the scenario down there, should we have endless fire?
Yeah. Yeah, but like, is there fire pits, or are we gonna have to buy fire pits?
Yeah. So they're gonna be the fire rings and the,
Okay.
like
That's
it's
part of
in
the.
yeah.
So I'm saying
That's
you're
part of camping, like,
You're right.
I mean, that's,
Correct.
I mean, maybe you could bundle it in a certain way that you could buy it on the kiosk and just do an honor system. Have cameras and watch people.
Or you could reserve it when you reserve the spot.
Yeah.
And then we
When
have
you show up,
maybe go in and drop
Yeah, the package.
the package.
so you have to have
You
somebody.
do a whole bundle, marshmallows,
I think it's gonna be gated with, like, so inside that gate would be where you have it set up to where, and if people were,
Most people are honest.
I would say, I get a feeling if they're camping there and they paid for it, they're gonna go get it. If they didn't pay for it, and as long as they know that it has to be paid for, they're gonna pay for it.
It might be a nice service and an upsell, like Josh said. Pick it on your registration, and it's there at your campsite when you get there.
Yeah.
We would just have, the problem with that is monitoring when people are booking spots.
We're gonna
Because
do
you
that
have-
anyway. Because we're gonna be sending people around to make sure people are out of sight, and just be outside.
That's we can figure out later on. I do like that.
I think that's a good, I think the campground will be on itself.
Yeah.
The what?
I think the campground's just gonna be a meeting to itself.
A couple.
But do you remember, back to this logo, you said there's levels of it?
Yeah, so there were 3 different levels on there, and it was basically like tiers, and it listed what you get with each tier. And obviously, the more expensive, the more you get. It's a certain amount of hours of design time, it's a certain amount of designs for you to choose from, it's a certain amount of signage that is included in it.
Well, depending on what those additional benefits are, if we're incurring some of that cost this year and some of it next year, if it's attractive, then maybe we look at it higher level.
Right.
It just depends on what they present and what they show you.
And I'll have way more details after.
After.
So I just had the tiers is what I initially got, and it was interesting enough. And I think it's promising. So. I don't have anything else.
On an old business item, I spoke with some people who went to the farmer's market over the weekend, and they said people were actually pulling in and then backing out due to our signage, so there were farmer's market parking spots, so that's a good thing.
Clarence seemed happy, or happier, definitely mentioned that, I think people were trying to respect it.
Yeah.
So somebody's already stolen one.
That's all right.
They got signs?
I think they, so I don't think it got stolen, I think it got picked up because someone backed over it.
Oh,
And no,
I was gonna say there's not one there.
it's missing, yeah.
Okay.
I saw that today. But Clarence said that some people backed into him, because just so we can get up earlier, we just got T-posts. These aren't the square.
You just got them up, so you go again.
And so we're gonna get the square to actual signposts that are heavier duty. Doesn't mean that it's not gonna get pushed over if someone backs into it, but some of these people backed into it and have been.
They'll be easier to see being white.
Okay, I seen where you got the new signs, so with about the dogs and the scooters and bikes and all that. But who is actually the person that's either running the tournament or whether it's junior or whoever it is, who has the right to tell them two dogs have to go and scooters have to go because it's not a racetrack around the quadplex? So who has the right to tell them that they have to leave? Because we're not paying attention to the signs that you just put up.
Yeah. Well, that's what
You're
I told
gonna
you would
have
happen, but I mean, people that aren't gonna read them.
Oh,
But,
yeah,
like,
they don't read them.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, it could be on the concessionaire, it could be on the tournament director, it could be on,
I think it could be any of the three, it could be the
our
maintenance guy, or
people that
be,
are coming through clearing stuff. If you notice it, if we want people to follow those, it would be anyone that knows it's the rule to say, hey, just so you know, that is against the rules. And it's not any more complicated than that. I know when I was there, I talked to multiple people that walked in with their dog, and I said, hey, just so you know, when you come back tomorrow, there are no pets allowed inside the quadplex. You can have them, you can walk through the park, you can do all that stuff, but inside the quadplex, you can't have them. They didn't come back with them the next day. It's making people aware, because I'm telling you, they'll walk right by that sign, and they're not gonna read it. But if it's posted, because as long as it's said, hey, it's on that sign, and they're gonna go see the sign, right? But they are gonna walk by it initially right now and not read it.
Right.
And so it's gonna be on all of us, I feel like, to just make people aware that, hey, we are gonna take this serious. While it was something that we didn't allow here before, we didn't have signage for it, we have signage for it now. You can read it right there as you walk in. It's at every entrance, so there's no excuse to make the mistake more than once, we'll put it that way. So, but it's gonna be on all of us, just making people aware that these are our rules, and we want everyone to follow them. For everybody's safety, and for everybody, for everybody to enjoy the space there.
and I agree with you, like, I don't know that you could go tell them, hey, you can't have your dog in here,
leave now.
like, leave now, I don't think that's the
That's where I
approach.
think we get in trouble, it's like,
Yeah,
you gotta take your scooter and you gotta leave right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, hey, we don't allow scooters, please look at the sign, next time, maybe don't bring your scooter, right, like. I don't think it's, like, you have to leave right now because you have a scooter.
Right.
I mean,
Or go put your, like, take your scooter.
if you take your scooter to the car, look at the sign, maybe.
Yeah. Sit your scooter over there and run around,
but at the same time, I mean, like Alex said, it needs to follow the tournament record too. Because if they're coming in to pay and they're walking their dog,
They're not allowed to.
So that's part of it, people at the gate with that sign being right there. They are the first point of contact, right?
Yeah.
So, they should not allow people in with dogs.
No.
Because technically, I mean, they're paying for the, like, the
Or
tournament
with
director's
pets, right?
paying for
I'm
the
not
fees.
singling out dog.
Right.
Pets, we had goats there last year, so
Goats?
there were goats in the quadplex.
It was during the 4th of July, they brought 4th of July weekend, they brought goats in, they were pet goats.
We still have grass fields.
Yeah, but yeah, there were goats, so, yeah, not seeing a lot of those goats, no goats.
Okay.
And one other thing, and I'll, remember I talked to you a couple weeks ago about maybe, doing something with the mini park and maybe going and seeing Billy and Willie and talking about maybe if they can help us out in that mini park. We call it the Harlem Mini Park or something, and maybe put new goals and, paint those poles and get new swings and stuff like that, and see if they would be maybe willing to talk to us about something like that, and see if they can help us. Not saying they will, but
You also need to ask them for $5,000 for
Wasn't
renew the. Just
Wasn't it?
$2,500 a year. They're
I
on,
thought the renewal fee was cheaper, was it not?
that's where we actually need to make some money. Because right now we made what, $1,200?
Anything goes, days, but not.
Right. And they take it down.
Your renewals were,
Is where you make, that's what I'm saying, you want those 4 to renew, and then you wanna get creative for the 3 or 4 that really wanna be involved.
Yeah,
but if you can make a substantial amount more from this new, and the other company's willing to do something else, maybe you do that. Maybe you add the restaurant to the outside, move the one that's willing to move somewhere else.
I almost think though, if you put them like on the backside of home plate, they get seen more than the outside of the field.
Yeah, you're probably right.
yeah.
I mean, cause if you're not looking at the outside of the one that faces
I've only seen it.
100%, and if you don't come in that gate, you're not seeing it.
So we did have the conversation last year, but we talked about for that field, like if that's, the Harmon Group Company's field, also putting Harmon Group Companies on both.
Sides of it.
Above that guy, well, you could put them on the,
Included in the,
Oh, in the 5 for 20 or 24.
we talked about that because of that reason alone.
Yeah, you really don't
Obviously,
see
a couple of those fields are tougher to,
you don't really get much traffic.
which we will be.
Will you rotate them around?
We'll be resituating those after this one. So, I'll be more discussion with them, so. They're
I think-
almost all, they're either 112 or 108, like you're talking, they're a foot difference. We ordered the logo parts, we all the same for that reason. But we're very, very close.
I think you guys put a plan, discuss internally what you would be, what some ideas could be, shoot some ideas to us, maybe we put our heads together too and think of some plans and see what we all come up with between now and, you're probably gonna want it by September so that you can close deals by the end of the year.
I'm gonna give it until like December, because you're gonna have holidays.
Yeah, you're gonna wanna finalize those 4.
I would say by like December 10th, December 15th, something like that, so that you have them finalized, because Christmas time,
People are
when you
gone.
come back at the beginning of the year, then it's time to order to run.
That's my
Then you're not chasing your tail between Christmas and New Year's trying to finalize contracts, and
Because
that
most
takes
people
stuff off of you guys, and most of those people are gonna be,
are in the office.
yeah.
if you get a chance, Bob, you might want to measure that plate behind that thing, because I seen this morning when I stopped in there, that they're digging those rocks out of that behind that.
Oh, around the electrical.
And the thing I'm throwing them, yeah. We took care of the dugouts and all that, now they're in that pit. Where the.
There's a little cutout where we pour concrete and electrical
You got all rocks
box
in
and
there.
conduit runs.
Now the little kids
and
are
all that stuff.
grabbing their hands in
And
there.
we just we test top it off with gravel. We need cap for it or something.
So we just need to get a cap for
There's not loose gravel there.
Alright, anything else? We've approved the claims.
No, we haven't. We signed them, but I don't think we have to approve them too.
I think signing them.
We signed them.
You need a motion.
Somebody make a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the claims.
Carl, second, all in favor? Alright, somebody make a motion